Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of mine and my brother Noah's new podcast, the Horror Country Podcast. This podcast will be all related to horror movies, games, and more, etc. We have a full schedule of reviews and things planned out that we want to do with this podcast and things maybe places we want to go, or other things to talk about, horror movies and everything related in horror. Today, we're kind of doing a little bit of kind of a horror comedy as our first episode because it's one of mine and Noah's favorites. Today, we are doing a little known classic in this scene, Serial Mom. And I'm going to pass it on over to Noah to give you the movie synopsis and more.
All right, everybody. Hello, welcome to the podcast. Hope y'all enjoy. But yeah, like you said, today we're gonna be reviewing, in full detail, full depth of one of our favorites, one of my personal favorite movies. Not just like horror movies, but like movies of all time. Because I think this is a classic. It's really good. It's got the perfect blend of both horror and comedy, and it's really not just like a regular like comedic movie. It's more dark humor than anything, and that's what I really love about it. Is the director John Waters really took a modern day twist on like suburban society, or like this. He took the modern day of suburban life and put like a dark twist on it. And one, I thought that was a really cool concept, and two, I think this movie turned out really great. The movie's really good. I love it, and that's why it's going to be our first episode. But yeah, to really kind of just, I'm sorry, I kind of had a moment there. I'm sorry. But yeah, like you said, so this movie is about Beverly Sutphin. She's a regular, average day housewife, but little do you know, she's not just like every other housewife. She has, what's the word I'm looking for? Mm, she's psychotic, sociopath. Um, and you know what? As you get older and you watch this movie, you kind of realize that one of the things she did in this movie was motivated by not like her being psychotic, but she's petty. I would say she's not only just psychotic, she's petty and she's old fashioned.
So, would you say she's like Megan from Key and Peele sketches?
I wouldn't say she's exactly like Megan from the Key Peel sketches, but I mean, um, she's along those lines. I mean, like literally, like one of the women that she harasses in this movie, literally all she did was take her parking spot in the grocery store parking lot. That's all she did, and then she starts harassing her, making obscene phone calls and stuff. I'm like, that's petty. That's like petty. And then at the very end of this movie, when she goes to trial, she goes to the courtroom, and she sees the jurors. She literally starts to she tries to make a scene. She's having a fit because one of the jurors is wearing white shoes after Labor Day.
so, so basically, it's the beginning of Karen. No, I'm joking.
Literally, it's not even. It's the begin. It was like she was the first Karen. She was the first Karen. She's the first Karen to ever exist. But Karen was born through the psychosis, the pettiness, and the state of old fashioned. Because she, I just thought she was crazy when I was younger watching this movie. But as I've grown up and I've started to like come to learn more big boy words, I've learned she's psycho, she's sociopath, she's petty, she's a Karen, and she's old fashioned. You blend that all together, you mix it up, and you get one crazy mofo.
Yeah, and then like we said, it is also like a comedy. It's not full like seriousness, but
This movie couldn't be serious even if it tried. I'm sorry. There is not a single moment in this movie where I cannot tell you that I was either
oh yeah,
laughing my
but
ass off
it's
so hard that I fell on the floor, or I was laughing so hard that I just kept laughing and laughing that I could barely find the strength to stop laughing. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah,
I want to
it's
say one of the best parts about this movie for me was the kills. Me personally, my favorite is when she's in the one lady's living room and she beats her with a turkey leg while Annie plays in the background. And then
yeah.
why also my favorite scene is because what follows after is one of her son's friends witnesses the murder, and then she starts chasing him. And I don't know why, but I just think it's the funniest thing ever
Yeah.
to watch her run down the sidewalk chasing this man while holding her dress from touching the ground, holding a knife. She's chasing him. She chases him. He gets in the car. He takes off. She steals a car and starts chasing him. They're driving down the road, and then they go to this nightclub, and then she sets him on fire. I was like, so we went from him witnessing a crime to him literally getting barbecued in front of everybody, and nobody really cares that he just got barbecued in front of them. They're all just like, cereal mom, cereal mom, cereal mom. It's like, what?
Yeah, and it's a funny movie, but it's also a horror movie, but it is funny. It's got a kind of you know it's very it's kind of like a dark comedy horror, all those types of things. But it's like I'm so glad, and like we were talking about this at like Comic Con. But we went to Lexington Comic Con this year in 2026. It's like when we went there, like you met Jamie King from White Chicks, and we were both like, we need comedies like this back again, and she agreed. But it's like I'm just like that's the reason I'm kind of happy to talk about this first because it is a comedy, and now we have Scary Movie 6, White Chicks 2 coming. It's like I hope there is a
Well,
renaissance
you
of
see, the thing
good
about
like
White
dark
Chicks
comedy.
too is we all want it to happen. We all want it to happen because White Chicks one of my favorite movies. Also, I don't know if we could fit that onto the podcast, but where it's our podcast, I guess we could make a few exceptions for select few
Scary
movies.
Movie plus White Chicks plus White Chicks.
It's scary. It's a double feature. I mean, Scary Movie counts because it's a horror comedy. I mean, I would say Serial Mom and Scary Movie are like two of the best horror comedies out there,
Oh yeah,
along with like Zombieland, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, and then I'm trying to think of another one, but I can't right now, so I'm gonna move on for a second. But yeah, it's like you said at Lexington Comic Con, I met Jamie King. She's in a bunch of great stuff. I could go on all day about all the movies and shows she's been in. One of her most recent projects is it's a zombie apocalypse show on Netflix. It's called Black Summer. I really like it. I thought it was really good. It's got 2 seasons, and she plays the main character in the show. And it's kind of like The Walking Dead, but it's not. One
yeah,
key difference: these zombies run like track stars. It's so scary. I'm used to The
yeah,
Walking Dead where they walk so slow. But these zombies full on sprint. They run at you. If
yeah.
you've ever
But
seen Get Out, that
no,
dude when he goes to the back side of the house and the dude just starts running at him like just full on scary sprint and everything. That's what the zombies do, but it's more terrifying. And for all the Z Nation fans, it's set in the same universe as Z Nation, but it's a different story, different characters, different cast, all that good stuff. It's more of a
all right,
darker show, but I love it. It's really
but
good. And
but yeah,
back to
let's
White
not get
Chicks
talk,
too. So
let's not get
we all
talking
want it
too
to
much
happen.
of her.
We all want it to happen. I really want it to happen. I think, especially now, we need a movie like that the most now, especially with all that's going on in the world. But right now, the Wayans brothers said, I seen the interview. They said that right now it's not in the works, but if Scary Movie 6 does well, they're gonna make White Chicks 2. So that's why we really need Scary Movie 6 to do well. One, so they'll make more, and two, so we can get White Chicks 2 finally.
Yeah, but it's like you know, because I know it was around the same time as Scary Movie, but like Serial Mom, Scary Movie, like they were some of the first true, like, I guess you could say like horror comedies or parodies of horror. Like they would, they would kind of parody the cliches and all that. And I think that both of them did it pretty well. And of course, the one we're
Well, I
talking
wouldn't
about
say that
today,
Serial
it's
Mom's
like,
a parody. I would just say it's like someone's dark and silly twist on like what back then was the stereotypical suburban house life.
yeah, that's what's funny about it. And as we talked about, kind of like one of the first portrayals of a true Karen. So it's like, we everyone jokes about them now, but back then, like, that's kind of a newer thing. It's like back then people really didn't know of all that,
Back
and
then,
it's
I
so,
don't think Karen was in everyone's vocabulary.
yeah, and it's
Like they knew a woman across the street named Karen, but they didn't know someone who was a Karen.
no, exactly, and it's just like it's just funny how things start that. And but yeah, and of course I found a lot of like scenes. Though, of course, the ones you mentioned, and there's others, but
No, I've mentioned my favorite kill from the movie. Which do you have a favorite kill from the movie? Do you have a favorite scene in this movie?
honestly, probably one of the ones you mentioned, like where she's chasing the friend down the road or something like that. Those are pretty good scenes, and I think I just think it's a great one to talk about, and and especially where we're going to get in, of course, into some really dark stuff with horror and talking about that. It's like I feel like this was the best time. Like we start off with kind of a not like lighthearted, but like something more kind of fun and out there, and then we get into the really deep shit because there's some reviews we have planned where it's like
It's
we're
like
going
when
full
you
into the
introduce like your
horror.
firstborn son or daughter to like scary movies and stuff. It's like you got to start out small. You got to start small. You got to start them with like the birds or like critters or something that's like scary but not too scary to where they're gonna have night terrors every night. Like you got to start off somewhere. Me personally, now some people might criticize me for this, but if I ever showed my kid a scary movie for the first time, I think I would honestly have to go with something a little out there, like a Nightmare on Elm Street or something. Like I'm sorry, but you gotta. Some people say you gotta start small. I say you gotta go big or go home, because
Well, like a movie like this, or for like seasons of television, like he's going to go. And we will probably talk about this at some point on the podcast. But like one season shows where they're not really going to have anything else. Like one of mine and Noah's favorites too. Like he really got me back into it again with things. But Harper's Island, like, you really need to have a complete story from beginning to end, because now they're like, well, your show or movie or whatever, it may not do well, you may not get a sequel, so throw everything in there, get as much as you can in there, make it good, and if people like it, then you get the sequel you want. And that's what you have to do. You have to really strive to make something good. And I know some people disagree on this movie, but it's like, it's just a fun movie. It's not nothing, it doesn't take itself seriously. I mean, are you looking for, is this the best movie ever? No. But is it fun?
what
Yes. It's fun.
what I think personally, this is like one of the best movies ever. Like let's be honest, like if they try to make this movie in today's world, like the test audiences will be getting offended left and right. Like everybody will be like, no, you can't make this movie. It's too dark. It's too offensive. You can't make this movie. But back then, John Water was like, I don't give up. He made this
Well,
movie. He killed it. Made a great script. Made a great movie. Great plot. Great characters. Great everything. Great kills. Great cast. Everything is great. about this movie. I would
Well,
give it
yeah,
a
but
10 out
also
of
it's like
10.
I would say for reviews back then, it was just different. People didn't know what to expect, so it's like if they felt like, oh, it's shocking to me, or that it just doesn't seem good to me, that instantly got it to where it has lower
I
scores.
know.
But
I guess you could say back then people just didn't know a good movie, even if it slapped them right in the face.
well, it's like people knew what horror movies was, but it's like the comedy horror hadn't really.
Listen, this came out in like
Yeah,
not the golden age, but I would say one of the best decades of like horror movies. Like the 80s is the golden age, no doubt about it. But the 90s, let's be honest, there were some really good ones in the 90s, especially when Scream and after Scream, like we got the slasher subgenre coming back hot and heavy, and it was a lot of great movies followed after Scream. Like I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, and lots of many great other horror films.
yeah. I, I mean, I guess the question is because now we're in an era, Noah, of reboots, sequels, remakes, everything. Would you want a reboot or remake of Serial Mom? Would you want a new Serial Mom to come out?
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna tell it like this. One, yes, I would love a remake because now in today's world where we're kind of divided, there are people that would want a movie like this made, and then there are people who don't want a movie like this made. I think the group of people that want a movie like this made would definitely um, outvote the people that don't want this movie made because you see in the news like a lot of people like they want things to not be offensive, they want it politically correct, but then on the other side of the table there's so it's like you can split everyone on one side of the table. One group doesn't want this movie made, the other group does. There's going to be more people, I guarantee it, on the other side of the table that want this movie made because they're going to outvote all the people that don't want this movie made. I think yes, we should. Me personally, I don't know how it would work, but I would love a sequel to Serial Mom, but I don't know how that would work. I've tried to envision in my mind how that would work. Would they bring Kathleen Turner, who plays Beverly Supton, the titular serial mom in the original movie, back to reprise her character, or would they recast her, or would they bring back some of the characters from the original and then find like another way around it, like her daughter becomes the next serial mom. Like I've tried to like envision what a sequel to Serial Mom would look like, and I think we could find something that would work. I don't know if it would be a masterpiece like the original was, but we could definitely figure out something. And I think if I got with like the right people, the right writers, producers, directors, we could create and bring together a masterpiece that would be the sequel to the beloved classic that is Serial Mom. A remake, most definitely. A remake can definitely be done. And I've tried to imagine who would play this character. I've tried to imagine who would be the best fit for this role. And I've come across several names, and I'm gonna throw them out there. I'm gonna see if you agree or if the fans will agree with these names, who I think would be best fit for the role of Beverly Supton if there ever was a Serial Mom remake. The first name that really came to my mind, I think this is probably the actress that would get the role, most definitely. But I think Sarah Michelle Gellar would make a great fit for that role.
Honestly, and especially after, and we are definitely covering this film on the podcast, so do not worry about that. But Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. That I could definitely see Sarah Michelle Gellar being a serial mom. It's just like they need to do it like right now though, because people they only get older, not younger. So you'd have to get it like around right now. But I think I agree because the way she played that character in Ready or Not, I could definitely see it.
Yeah, see, I knew that one would definitely. I think all these names people would agree with. Like they could play Serial Mom, any of them could. But I feel like Sarah Michelle Gellar is like just like the one. It's like yeah, you definitely can see it. I think. What about? I think this one. I think this actress could definitely play Serial Mom, but it's like some people might disagree based on some of her previous roles, but I think she could knock it out of the ballpark. What about Reese Witherspoon?
I mean, I, I mean, there are roles where that she's had where she can be a complete or has, at least at the beginning of some of her movies, been a complete bitch. So I could see it
Whoa.
happening. Um, but I don't know. Sarah Michelle Gellar's a lot. I think a lot better choice, but it's not bad either. I just think the first one you named is better.
Listen, I think here's my reasoning for it. So Beverly Sutton is portrayed as like, your average housewife. She's nice, southern hospitality. You wouldn't expect her to be a psychopath. And, when you look at Reese Witherspoon, that's exactly who she is. She seems nice. She looks lovely. She seems so sweet, kind of like the sweetest person on planet Earth. You wouldn't think for a second that she's hiding this dark secret that she's, well, a psychopath. So I think it would be perfect if she played Serial Mom. But I think all these women would be perfect for the role of Serial Mom, in my opinion. I think some of them probably more than others, but I think Reese Witherspoon would definitely be in the running for this character. If I got to do casting for the movie, I think I would definitely give Reese Witherspoon some very good consideration for the role because I think she would kill it. I got a few more names on this list though, so we're probably gonna take a minute on these names. I got four more names. What do you think about Jennifer Aniston playing the role of Beverly Sutton?
I could see Jennifer Aniston. I mean, because I mean, when she's had to be a jerk or kind of she can play it good. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. And she's charismatic. She does have charisma on camera and can pull it off. I think so. And it's like, but like you're saying right here, it would have to be at least her, right? The main star would have to be a bigger name actress if they did a remake, because that's what draws people in, and then you can have your smaller ones or make the kids like some popular kids. I don't know, but definitely the Serial Mom definitely has to be a headliner for sure. And also, before you go for your other names, it's like I know we're talking about like future predictions on what could happen. It's like this podcast here is anything Serial Mom. I would guarantee that each podcast will be this way because we want to cover everything about these movies and maybe even future projects that could happen. So that's why like we'll go from talking about the actual movie, maybe do some future predictions, and then we'll do more about the movie itself and give a final score and stuff like that. So, but yeah,
Listen, I'm
it's
good at predicting stuff. So I mean, if like say they do want to make a Serial Mom remake like 5 years into the future, and they cast Sarah Michelle Gellar, someone just needs to take this clip, knock it down to 15 seconds, comment under Sarah Michelle Gellar's post when she says that she got the role, she's playing Serial Mom. You just put it under the comment section and you say, this dude predicted it 5 years ago. Let's have her watch the clip. Then she's going to reach out to me. She's going to be like, I don't know who you are, but your predictions are on point.
yeah, but because it's like we may never we may bring it up, but we may never do a full over podcast on Serial Mom again. So we want to make sure we get all our thoughts out about anything about it before we end this
I
episode.
don't know about
Okay.
like a full in-depth coverage of the movie, but there might be a time or two where we do like a little fun episode, like we talk about some of our personal favorite movies all in one, or like we rank our top 10 favorite like horror movies, our favorite horror comedies,
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that. It might come up in a future
No.
episode. I just don't know about a full in-depth coverage, but like small talk in a future episode, most definitely it could come back up.
Yeah, and we're just explaining this right here in the first episode because it's the first episode. We want to make sure you know our style, know how we gonna go with things. We'll go into some behind the
They should
scenes
know I don't
too.
have a style. I freestyle everything. I
No, it's
improvise.
like that's the thing we freestyle, but we want to make sure you're getting as much content as possible in that one episode about the film or whatever we're talking about. So
Like the
you
only
can,
thing I do that's probably scripted is before each podcast episode, I rewatch the movie to get it like really fresh in my mind, and then I take notes. Like right now, I'm going off of some of my notes right now.
yeah, and everyone does that, and it's
My notes for this movie though, I might have went a little overboard. It's like I got 10 pages here full of notes.
dang.
There's a lot that I wanted to note about this movie, and it really shows when I'm holding 10 pieces of paper in my hand, 10 pages full of notes.
Yeah, but I do
One note
think
I want to point out: Matthew Lillard is in this movie.
he
My note
is
literally says Matthew Lillard is here.
everyone's favorite Matthew Lillard. Also, just to speak about Matthew for a second, of course, now in the upcoming Daredevil, well, not upcoming, streaming right now, Daredevil Born Again. So, really good show. So,
And streaming on exclusively on Peacock, Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
no, this is not an ad. We just really love these movies.
I only did it because he's out here advertising Daredevil, so I had to sit here and
Yeah, we listen. Whenever Matthew Lillard gets brought up, we just gotta
I had to actually,
advertise Matthew.
stick to the script and go with something a little bit more along the lines of horror. So I had to shout out Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, exactly, and of course Matthew from the Amazing Scream franchise. There we go,
Everybody's favorite Shaggy.
and Shaggy. Yep, but it's like we not now. Funny story. Speaking of Matthew Lillard, Noah's a little jealous. I got to meet him, but he could have had the opportunity if he didn't give his pass away. So,
Well,
also, I had your
hold on,
pass.
that's
You
not
could
how
have
I
just come.
remember it.
Bro could have stayed late out at night with me right before the show opened. Come out at 3 in the morning to meet Matthew, and he's like, "No."
Okay, I didn't say it like that now. Okay, first of all, you wanted me to come out at 3 o'clock in the morning in the freezing cold to wait outside the building to be first ones in to meet Matthew Lillard. I
I was
love
number
Matthew
2 in
Lillard,
line.
but I just did not think it was necessary to stand outside. The doors would not open until 10 a.m. You were going to stand outside at 3 a.m. for 7 hours in the freezing cold.
It was worth it. And it was worth it for you too because you got that Matthew Lillard figure. It has your name on it.
It has your name too, bro.
I know, because we bros. I had to get both on it.
No, bro just didn't want my name. He was like, I went through all this. My name going to be on it too.
Listen, me and you tried to get it together. Like, meet him together. I'm like, he couldn't meet him. I have to let him have, like, something on this. Because he tried so hard too. And I'm like, it's Noah and Nick, buddy. So there we go.
Listen, I could have gone with you that Sunday to do it, but after the 2 days of trying to do it and we had no luck, I just didn't think, that we go Sunday that we were gonna do it. And I was just like, I would love to go Sunday and just walk around and do absolutely nothing. But also it's like I was tired after those first 2 days. I wanted to rest, and bro was like, we need to stay up at 3 a.m. and wait outside the
Yeah,
convention
but
center for Matthew Lillard. I'm like, bro, like, y'all have to understand, in October, it's cold outside. He wanted to go at 3 o'clock in the morning and outside the convention center, out in the freezing cold, until the doors opened at
listen.
10 a.m. And even when the doors open at 10 a.m., it could be 5 minutes after 10 a.m. they finally open the doors. Or there could be some sort of there could be something going on, and then they don't open the doors until 15 minutes later. You can get at 10:15, 10:30, whatever. You stay outside in the freezing cold for 7 hours straight to be first one in to meet someone. Like, I love Matthew Lillard. I would move heaven and earth to meet him, but I'm not going to stand outside in the freezing cold. I think that's just not necessary. I know people think it's necessary. I don't personally think it's necessary. I think it's a choice people make, and I'm not going to risk hypothermia.
It was worth it though.
It was worth it. All right. And as soon as you left the convention center, what did you do?
What?
As soon as you left the convention center, what did you do?
I got his voucher ticket.
As soon as you left the convention center, you got his voucher ticket after you left?
Oh no. After I was done with Matthew, I got in I like because I had bought a few Funko Pops before and then met Matthew. I had nothing else to do, so I just hopped in the car and went home.
Mm-hmm. And when you got in the car, what were you feeling in that moment besides the fact that you were happy you got to meet Matthew? What were you feeling in that moment?
I was happy I got to meet him, but I was a little tired.
Tired, huh?
It was worth it.
Tired, you say. And let me just, so you said that when y'all was going back to Tennessee that you fell asleep in the car?
I did.
I wonder why that happened.
Hey, it was on a road trip.
3 in the
So
morning.
I can fall asleep on the road. It's fine. I wasn't driving.
Listen, there are many reasons why I will never stand outside at 3 in the morning to get inside an event. One, because, well, it really just depends on when the event opens. Me, I don't really like to stand out for like an hour or more and just stand there. Because one, I just really, I can't stand that long. I try to stand as long as I can, but I mean, I can stand for long periods of time. It's just like I just can't stand in one place for long periods of time. And when you line up early, you got to stand in that exact spot for until they open the doors. And that's why I just don't like to. That's why I don't like to go early. I like to get there like maybe 10 minutes before they open the doors, just because I can't stand in one spot for too long. One, because I got ADHD, and two, because then my knees start to lock up and they start to hurt. My legs start to hurt.
Knees weak, arms are heavy. Mom spaghetti.
Bro, calm it down.
But yeah,
And
it's
that's why I
like.
just can't. That's
But
why
I
I just
think
don't
that's
really
what.
like to
Listen,
line up that early. This bro will literally try to go like 5 hours early before the event opens, and I'm like, it's like I gotta. It's like negotiating with like It's like negotiating. You gotta talk this man down. You gotta be like, okay, 4 hours. Okay, no, now 3 hours. Okay, no, 2 hours. Okay, 1 hour, and then after an hour, he won't budge. You gotta start talking down like minutes. All right, you're like 59 minutes. All right, 58. You gotta start talking down not an hour. You gotta start talking him down with minutes, like 59 minutes, 58 minutes, 57 minutes. And if you're lucky, you can talk him down to 45 minutes without having to go all the way from 59, 58, 57, 56, 55. You can go from like 56 to 45, but
all
you
right.
gotta bribe him.
Well, that I mean, but But past the Matthew Lillard talk now, because it's like we've talked about him for a bit.
I mean, we can talk about him. I mean, he's in this movie. It's relevant.
I know, but yeah, I know there's probably some other things about this movie you want to talk about.
I mean, I got 10 pages full of notes, and guess what? The only note we've talked about is Matthew Lillard.
All right, go on to another note.
Well, first of all, we got to finish up the actresses I think can play the serial mom role in a remake. Hold up.
All right, you had
Okay,
like
never
three
mind.
more.
Okay,
Go.
we got through one note. Now we're gonna get through the second note.
All right.
Okay, so I said Reese Witherspoon, I said Jennifer Aniston, and my homegirl Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Okay. Now this one, I think some people might disagree with me on, but what about Courtney Cox?
I could see it. I could see it.
The only thing is would we want her to keep her just like natural, like her black hair, or would we want her to put on a blonde wig for this role?
I mean, I think the blonde hair is part of Serial Mom.
I agree. I think it's part of Serial Mom, but also now that it's a remake, I feel like we could switch something up.
Yeah, but it's like you want to kind of keep your main, your main one the same, or similar to the original. Because with like a remake or something, you want it to be new but feel familiar.
Listen, as long as we got the scene where she beats that lady with a turkey leg while Annie plays in the background, we is all good. That's all I ever expect in a remake. I just want
Yeah.
that one thing that I loved about the original to be captured, recaptured, remastered in the remake. But I think, yeah, I agree. They should keep it. They should probably just have her wear a blonde wig, but then honestly, kind of keep it to how it was with the original. But then also in a remake, I think it's I think it's good to kind of switch things up, try something new. I think it would also be fine if she kept her hair just the way it was natural, just her black hair, just let fall down. I think that'd be fine too. But then again, these are just predictions. I don't know if they ever did make a remake. I don't know what they would do. But I think it could go either way. Wear a blonde wig or just keep it all natural. It could go either way.
Yeah.
But I think either one's fine. Me personally, I would say just because like that's Kathleen Turner's version of Serial Mom right there. You want Courtney should have her like that's like oh that's Courtney's Serial Mom. Like I think Courtney should just keep her hair the way it is for the movie. Don't put on no wig. That way she can play this character that's already been played before, but make it her own. Have it be unique to her.
Yeah. No, I
So
get
I
what you
think her
mean.
hair would be fine just the way it is. But if they ever did make a remake and they're like, no, she needs to wear a wig, that's fine too. Okay, I got two more names left on this list. Okay. You see, I people there's I when I came up with this list, y'all. I promise you, there was no theme to this list. These are just people that it just kind of popped into my head at randomly. Like, who do I think would be a great fit for a role in a remake? Nev Campbell.
I don't know. That's one where I might disagree. I'm not saying Neve couldn't do it. I just don't know if I could see her as that. Now listen, there are people that play like good characters and then did a villain and like really surprised me that they could play a villain. Or, vice versa. A person that played villains played a hero and was really good. So it's like I'm not saying like it couldn't surprise me, but I don't know if I'd want that. You know what I mean?
Hmm. So you wouldn't want Neve Campbell playing Serial Mom?
I just don't know if it fits.
I think it kind of fits. I think maybe. I think we could make it fit. We just got to switch it up a little bit. I think it fits a little bit. I think we could just switch it up, switch some things around. We can make it fit. We can make it work. In Hollywood, anything is possible. I think we could get Neve Campbell to play a really good serial mom if they ever wanted to do a remake. I think she'd be a really good serial mom. All right, now on to the last person, y'all. I promise y'all, there is no theme to this list. It's just these people popped up randomly in my head. Anna Faris. Oh wait, where'd he go? He disappeared on me. All right, guys. I guess we are experiencing some technical difficulties. We're just gonna wait for him to come back. His internet might have went out, so we're just gonna wait for him to come back. Oh, there he is.
But yeah. But
Oh, are we having mic troubles?
hey, can you hear me?
I said the speaker booming. Oh, he's gone again. Oh, all right, guys. So we're just gonna wait for these technical difficulties to get sorted out. Oh, and he's back.
Yo.
Oh, and he's gone again. Okay. So we're just playing peekaboo right now. Um, While I have the floor, I just want to say if there's any movies or anything that you guys would like to see us talk about on the podcast, feel free to leave those suggestions down below in the comment section. And if you enjoy, go ahead and click that subscribe button, like the video, and let us know if you're enjoying the podcast and anything you'd like to see us talk about on the podcast. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back, but
He's back.
I honestly, what you were saying, I think this could be a good place to maybe end.
You want to cut it short? But I haven't even gotten through half of my notes yet. Now I think this podcast episode going good. I think we need to keep it going. We got to keep it rolling.
All right, hey, go through some of your notes, and I'll be right back.
All right.
Just talk to the people real quick about some other things, and I'll be.
All right. All right. Sounds good. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go solo here for a minute. All right. It's my time in the spotlight. All right. I don't forgot where I left off at. Okay. I'm gonna go back to where I remember being at. Okay. I personally think Neve Campbell would make a great serial mom. I know some people probably be like, it doesn't fit. Me personally, I think it kind of does fit. I think she'd be a great candidate to play this part. And then if people are like, it doesn't really fit, I feel like we could, change some things, switch some things up, and make it fit. Because I think Neve would be a great fit for this role. And the last person on my list who I thought would be a great fit for this role is Anna Faris. If you guys don't know who she is, she plays Cindy in the Scary Movie. Sorry guys. Anna Faris plays Cindy in Scary Movie, by the Wayans brothers, the parody of like Scream and all these other popular horror movies from like the late 90s that he spoofed in the movie. She plays Cindy in the first 4 Scary Movies, and she'll be reprising the role of Cindy in Scary Movie 6 coming out June 5th this year, only in theaters everywhere. I think she'd make a great fit for this role personally because, one, she's already blonde. And she's already got one part pretty much secured. And two, she's got charisma. She's got this energetic personality. She's got this comedic sense that's kind of similar to how Serial Mom is. And I think she's got a similar sense of humor that the Wayans brothers have, and that some of my personal favorite comedians have. And I think she'd make a great fit for this role. Because, one, I feel like when she plays Cindy in the Scary movies, that some of the stuff that Cindy does, how Cindy acts sometimes in the Scary Movie series, that her behavior, her character is kind of already similar to Serial Mom. You just gotta make her a little bit more mature, turn her into this stereotypical perfect, housewife living, the perfect suburban life, but in all reality, she's crazy. Yeah, that was the last one on my list of actresses I thought could make a great fit for the role of Beverly Sutphin if they ever did a remake. Anna Faris, I think she'd make a great Serial Mom. I think all these women would make a great Serial Mom. You guys might disagree, and that's fine. I think Neve Campbell, she'd make a great Serial Mom. It's just if other people don't think so, I think there's some things that we could switch up, kind of shift around, change to where we could make Neve a perfect fit for the role. I think she'd be perfect regardless, but if we have to, we can switch some things around and make her a perfect fit for the role. And Anna Faris, I think she'd be a great fit. She'd be a perfect fit for the role too. If I ever had to be the one to do the casting for that role, I think personally I would give each of these incredible actresses careful consideration. I think all of them would be perfect fits for the role of Neve. Anna, all of them. But I think for me, it would come down to Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jennifer Aniston, and Anna Faris. I think for me, it would come down to those three actresses for the role of Beverly Sutphin. Because I think Anna would be a perfect fit for the role. I think, like I've said, I think how Cindy acts sometimes in the Scary Movie series, that her behavior is similar to how Beverly was in the original Scary. Not Scary, oh my god. My bad. I almost just mixed the movies up. That her character, her behavior in the Scary Movie series, Cindy's character behavior, is similar to Beverly Sutphin in the OG Serial Mom. So I think Anna pretty much is already like the perfect fit for this role.
I agree.
Would you agree that some of Cindy's behavior in the Scary Movie series kind of reminds you of Beverly Sutphin and Serial Mom?
Yes. Especially in that new trailer where they're shoving play toys up the Ghostface's booty hole.
Play what? What is that? What is a play toy? What's a play toy?
Bedroom play toy.
Let's not get too deep into that one now.
It already went deep. No, I'm joking.
That's what she said. Okay. But yeah, I think Anna Faris should make a great fit for this role because, again, I think one of the biggest parts of my argument is Cindy, her character in the Scary Movie series. Her behavior in those movies is I would say it's spot on. It's really similar to Beverly Sutton in the original. Both their behavior is literally
Yeah.
so similar. So I think technically, I would argue that she's already played that role because, I mean, in Scary Movie 3, I mean, technically Cindy was a mom. I mean, Cody was her nephew, but she was technically already playing that role. She just wasn't psycho.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cindy. Anna Faris already played this part. Cindy's behavior in the Scary Movie series, I can't even. There's not even words to really describe it. It is literally the exact same. It is so similar
Yeah.
to Beverly Sutphin and Serial Mom. So that's why I think she'd make a great fit for this role. But if I
Yeah.
had to choose the actress that I would really want to play this part in a remake, for me, like I said, I think all these women, all these actresses would be perfect fits for the role. But for me, it would really come down to two people: Jennifer Aniston and Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Like I'm siding with Sarah Michelle a little bit here, but then I'm like, you know what, Jennifer, she's got the charisma. I think she could do a really great job. And I think like, if she had just been like a few years older, or if they had just waited a few years to make this movie, would they have given it to Kathleen Turner, or would they have gone in a different direction and maybe casted Jennifer Aniston? I think about it like this, if they had did this at this moment in time, would she have been considered for this role? I'm just like, if she had just been a few years older, if they had just waited a few years to make this movie, would she have been in the running to play this character? I think all these different scenarios, and I'm like, I'm siding with Sarah Michelle, but then I'm like, you know what, Jennifer Aniston, I'm kind of siding with her. So like, I think it's a really hard decision, really tough choice, but it's like, out of all those actresses, I think they'd all be perfect fits for the role. But if it came down to me choosing the actress to play Beverly Sutton in the remake, right now I'm literally torn between Sarah Michelle or Jennifer Aniston. I think for me that'd be really hard. I'd have to like toss a coin to make up my mind.
Yeah. I agree. I think Sarah Michelle is just edges out Jennifer Aniston just a little for me, but
All right,
I
now
agree
my
with both.
question is, because I've gone on so long about this, are there any actresses that I might not have named you think would be a perfect fit for the serial mom role in a remake?
Like right now, hmm.
Or if you want to, you can just say like, yeah, I think Sarah Michelle Gellar would be a great serial mom. I think you did a perfect casting opportunity right there.
I honestly think that would be the perfect one. I just think it could work the best.
Are there any actresses that I might not have named that you think are up there with Sarah Michelle Gellar, like they could play a great serial mom?
Hmm. Well, some people I would name I think are too young. And
Like who?
then
Just throw a name out there. Let's see.
I wouldn't say them. I would say actually, you know who would play a good one maybe?
Who?
I can't remember her name. I think it's her first name's Catherine, but it's the girl the woman who plays Agatha in Marvel.
Oh, Catherine Hahn.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah, I think Catherine could play a great serial mom. Actually, now that you mention it, you know who I think? Okay, I think it's for the comedic purposes only, I think Rebel Wilson could play a great serial mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because any movie she's in, bro, it's over the top. It's funny. It's hilarious. I think that if we really wanted to make another serial mom, and we really want to like dive deep into like the comedy aspect of it, that Rebel Wilson would literally play that role so perfectly that I wouldn't even have to
Yeah.
watch the full movie. Just watch one scene with her in it, and I'm like 10 out of 10, perfect movie. She fills this role so good.
I agree. I mean, there's one more I'll say if you want me to.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Because I feel like she already proved she could do it with it. I think maybe Elizabeth Olsen could do it. Because she already portrayed kind of the crazy mom type deal in like WandaVision and Doctor Strange. I maybe get a little older, but I think it could work.
I don't think like the age really matters, but Elizabeth Olsen. That one
I'm just saying.
Okay, now that one I'm kind of iffy on.
I am a little too, but I just think about it
Like
because
this person would have to portray a psychotic woman slash. Actually, I wouldn't even know how to put it into words, but there are multiple character traits of really specific personality that we would need portrayed on screen to perfectly play this character. And I mean, I might be blind or something, but I don't really see Elizabeth Olsen fitting that vision.
I just saw it for like maybe
No
not
pun intended.
fully see it, but I see there's some potential.
I mean, I see what you're saying about WandaVision, but I'm just like, if we wanted to make a darker, more serious serial mom, then I would consider Elizabeth Olsen. But with the comedy aspect of it all, it's like she would really have to deliver to be.
Yeah.
She would have to deliver the perfect, the absolute most perfect scene ever, like the most perfect audition for me to consider her for that role. Like if I was casting, what I would do is I would have her do that whole scene where she kills the lady with a turkey leg and then chases her son's friend down the block. That's what I would have her do. And then I'd have her do the courtroom scene. And if she nails those scenes, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to look at anybody else. You know what? Lady, come here. You got the role. You got it. And that's probably what I would do for the people that I thought would make a great fit for the role. I would just have them act out the scenes that I liked in the movie that I think are really pivotal scenes in the movie, and whoever I think nails that, whoever I think does that scene better, I think is who I would choose to play this character. Oh, and he's gone. All right. So my co-host is experiencing again technical difficulties, so I'm going to keep the show going. Let me see here. Let me go through my notes. Anything important that we need to bring up right now? Or anything. Let me try and think here. You guys, like I said, if there's any movies or anything at all that you would like us to talk about on the podcast, go ahead and drop those suggestions down below in the comment section. Because right now we do have a full schedule for our podcast. We have a full schedule for the entire first season for the rest of this year. We already have a full schedule planned out of what we're going to be reviewing and talking about. So we've already pretty much got the year planned out. But we could always make some, last minute changes, kind of take this movie out, replace it with this one, and then move that movie to a different date. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, just drop those below in the comment section. And like I said, we got a lot of content coming y'all's way. We already got the whole year planned out. We got the whole first season planned out. Got the schedule down and everything. We gonna end 2026 on a high note, and then we're
Yeah,
gonna start
but
2027 with the very last episode of season 1, and then after that, we're gonna start season 2.
yeah, and can you hear me?
We can hear you. He's back.
Yeah, but yeah, because yeah, I know you were talking about how we have a lot of things planned and everything, but and we have hit an hour here.
Like I told you, bro, I could talk about this movie all day. You see, the part is, I got 10 pages full of notes. We've
Yeah, but I
only
don't think
gone through 3 notes, and that's on one page.
yeah, I don't think we need to go too far. But
Don't need to
Noah,
go too far, but I think we can go for just a little bit longer.
all right. You know what I think we should talk about, Noah?
What should we talk about?
I think we should do our maybe final thoughts about Serial Mom, and then at the very end of our final thoughts, our scores, what we think this movie deserves out of 10 or something.
I pretty much already gave that towards the beginning.
Oh yeah, I guess we kind of have, but I
Well, I did.
think
I don't remember hearing your score, so you can give your score after final thoughts.
all right. I'll
Unless you
give
said it
my
and I wasn't paying attention because I was babbling, but I don't recall you giving the score. I know I'll say it again. 10 out of 10.
all right. Well, for me, I'm just going to give some final thoughts because I had to leave once or twice. I had to mute once or twice just to do something, but I'm back. What I'd say about this movie is I'd say, you know, some of the humor is definitely of its time, which is perfect. We need more humor like that now. Um, it's a good horror comedy. I like it when things don't take themselves too seriously, but you can still have fun with a movie, but you still have a pretty good plot there. And also that like it's one of those types of movies like a killer mom movie or like a Karen movie, but it's like it doesn't feel too like cringy or anything. Like everything with like weird moms is gonna have its thing, but this one pretty much stuck the landing, and I appreciate it for that a lot. And I feel that the performances are really good, especially from the lead actress, of course, that's Serial Mom herself. And I believe
So
that
she
it's
killed it in this
literally killed it.
movie.
Literally killed it. And I just believe that more movies like this need to happen. It looks like we're getting it with Scary Movie 6, so I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I think personally that I think I heard you say a 10 out of 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say, just for me, I'd probably say a 9 out of 10. Uh, Not that it's not like a perfect movie or nothing. It's just that, I just think personally it's not like the best like horror movie or things in the world, but it's still a very great movie that you all should go out and watch and see. Definitely, it's worth a watch from us.
Just a 9?
Nine's not bad.
At
What,
that
nine
point,
point
you're
five?
verging on a 10, so you might as well just go ahead and say a 10 out of 10. Like, come on now.
you want me to raise it to a 10, you got to do. No, I'm joking.
Listen here, I done told you once. I'm gonna tell you again. I don't do no shows for free. I charge premium prices for shows now.
Listen, fine.
I don't think you could afford me.
I'll give. Listen, for Noah, because of everything here tonight, I will give Serial Mom a 10 out of 10 for you, Noah.
Let's go. Let's go.
But is there anything else you want to say, or do you think we need to
Yes.
wrap
Now
it
I know
up?
you're gonna hate me for this, but I'm not ready to give my final thoughts just yet. Because one, I don't
Oh my
think we've
gosh.
really done this movie justice and talked about it for a bit. We've talked for a bit, but we've kind of got lost in space talking about one thing for like 30 minutes and something like that. Like we didn't really get to talk about the movie and the scenes itself. We talked about like a scene or two here and there, but then everything else was like talks about like a remake or like one of the actors in it. Like I don't think we really talked about the movie itself enough to do the movie justice and to justify making a good podcast episode. So you're gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna keep this going just a little bit. We're not gonna take too long because I know you probably want to go to bed, but I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. But I think we just need to talk about the movie itself a little bit more to do it justice.
Okay.
You all
Give
heard it in his voice. He's just like,
this can be part of your final thoughts. Just go. Favorite scenes and stuff. Go.
not ready to give final thoughts yet, but I will go ahead and talk about some of my favorite parts of this movie. Now, I said my favorite kill was the one where she beats the lady with a turkey leg. At least I think it's a turkey leg. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section, but I think it's a turkey leg. But another one of my favorite scenes in this movie is when they're at I think it's the flea market, and she goes in the men's bathroom, and see, this is where people might be flaming me in the comments. Now, I know I love this movie. I watched it recently the other day to get it fresh in my mind, and I can't remember certain little things like that, but I think it was a fire poker she uses, and she stabs her the back with it. She pulls it out, and it's his liver gets caught on the end, and she's just like so grossed out. She's like, ugh. She's trying to get it off, and I don't know why, but I just thought it was really funny watching her try to get it off without touching it. And then before she leaves, what does she do? She leaves him lying on the floor. I think it's his face is either down in the urinal or he's lying face down near the urinal. But before she leaves, she flushes it and then leaves. I'm just like, one, it's giving OCD. Two, it's giving classic housewife. Three, it's giving petty. The guy breaks up with her daughter and then she sees him with another girl at the flea market. That's petty. When you're really quiet.
I'm just listening to you, man.
Bro is just like so over it. He just wants this podcast episode to be over with.
I
Anyway,
know. I
not
didn't
really
know.
necessarily petty, but like it's a mother's instinct. Like you mess with her kid, she's gonna get you. She's gonna get you back. Now some just like I don't know what parents do when someone hurts their kids. I don't know exactly what they do. I've seen episodes of TV shows of what they do, like Malcolm in the
Yeah.
Middle, but I don't know what they do in real life. Um, but
Yeah.
he messed around. He found out, broke her daughter's heart, and she got her get back. She it wasn't petty. I said it was petty, but it's not. I don't know what I was thinking. But he messed with her daughter, broke her heart, and she got her get back. She got that revenge.
She did. She got revenge all throughout this movie.
I would say the whole movie is like, I mean, technically, if you think about it, she's kind of like Dexter in a way. Like she's finding like there's ways you can find to like justify why she killed these specific people. So like the first person you see, one, he called her a bad mother. Two, he mocked her son, called him crazy, called him a psycho. They should be locked up. And then she runs him over with her car. And then the second person broke her daughter's heart, and now she sees him with this um hot chick at the flea market, and well, she gonna get her get back. She gonna get him, and she got him. And then another lady.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm trying to remember the timeline for each time she killed someone. Okay, so she kills this couple. Now, really, what it is, from what I remember, from my understanding. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit tired myself, so I'm a little bit out of it right now. But I'm trying my best to keep this going. From my understanding, there's this couple. The man in the relationship goes to her husband's office because he's a dentist to work on his teeth because he had like cavities or something, it's something you go to the dentist for, and they got to work on it to get it fixed, get y'all fixed up.
Yeah.
And then literally like the next night, he's over here eating all this junk food. He's well, not junk food, but like he's eating all this um
Bad stuff.
I'm so sorry. I'm out of it. Oh my god. Okay, let me try. I gotta lock in. Okay, locked in. I don't know if it's turkey, chicken. I think it's chicken. He's literally sitting here eating all this chicken, eating all this bad food that's bad for your teeth. He's eating all this junk food after he just got his teeth worked on. Oh, and well, the couple insults her husband, so she gets her get back. She kills the wife with like a pair of like scissors, and I think it's like the like manicure scissors or something.
Yep.
And then, well, she tries to kill the husband with the scissors, but this man takes off. He's like Speedy Gonzalez. He takes off running. She throws him. She misses. She tries again. She misses again. She goes up to the bedroom, and she drops the air conditioning vent on top of him. Now,
He's gonna
also one
be.
of my favorite scenes, because it's probably one of the funniest scenes in this movie. Her family at this point suspects that she's a killer, so they go looking for her. They go to Chip friend Scotty. They go to Chip's. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Hold up. Okay. They go to Scotty's house. Scotty is Chip's friend because they think she's going over there to kill Scotty, but they barge in Scotty's room because they hear what they thought were um, distress noises, but in all reality, Scotty was in the middle of some private business, if you catch my drift.
Yep.
Scotty got a little scarred because the family barges in on him, then the cops come in because they were following them. And he was in the middle of some private business. Everybody just starts barging in on him. He was sitting here probably having the time of his life. Now all of a sudden he's scarred for life. He's embarrassed. He's just like, I just want this day to be over with. And then the next day, they're going to church, acting like everything's normal. And now at this point, everybody knows she's the killer. She done did it. The whole police department, like there's like 50 cop cars lined up across the street from their house, watching them leave to go to church. And they all get in their cop cars and they follow them to church. And they try to not try to arrest her in church, but like for what I still don't understand it for this movie, but all she does is she sneezes, the snot hits the baby on the forehead, and everybody starts freaking out. And the cops try to move in and arrest her. But her family comes to her aid, and they're trying to hide her, so they run off with her. Her son Chip and his girlfriend Birdie take off with her in Scotty's car. That's right, they GTA, they steal Scotty's car, as they should. And they go to the video store, where we then get the lady, who's my favorite kill in the movie. She insults Chip, calls him the son of a psycho, and so Chip works at a video store. Lady comes in, she's trying to rent the movie Annie, but here's the thing. Lady does not rewind her tapes when she brings them back to the store. And of course, because we all know how Beverly is, that just does not sit well with her. And she calls her son the son of a psycho. So she insults him. So she has to go to her house and she has to, well, take care of business. And then Scotty witnesses this murder after she beats the lady with I'm hoping it's a turkey leg. Beats her with it while Annie plays in the background. She rewinds the tape, sees Scotty looking at her through the window. And then what ensues is this, like, I think it's like maybe a 5-minute chase scene. Just her chasing Scotty down the street. And he gets to his car. She tries to stab him through the roof. Doesn't work. He drives away. She steals a car and then pursues him. And then they end up at this nightclub where she sets him on fire in front of everybody. And everyone's just like not freaking out. They're just nonchalant and they're just chanting, "Serial mom, serial mom, serial mom, serial mom." And it's just like, what? What? So Ghost gets like murder, just gets barbecued right in front of you, and all you can do is just chant "Serial Mom" like you're at a Lady Gaga concert or something. It's like, what? What? Like this man just got barbecued, and they're just all like "Serial Mom, Serial Mom, Serial Mom."
This reminds me of another movie we're going to talk about. Evil Dies Tonight.
That's different. They were saying Evil Dies Tonight to hunt down Michael Myers. They're saying Serial Mom because they're literally cheering her on for just barbecuing this kid. We just watched this man get barbecued in front of us. No, we're not scared. We're not afraid. No, we're going to cheer her on. Serial Mom, Serial Mom, Serial Mom. It's like, what? What are we doing?
What are we doing here?
Clearly, we are supporting what was the very first Purge. She barbecues that man in front of everybody.
The Purge of the Serial Mom.
We're not going to run in fear. No. We're going to cheer her on. And we're going to chant her name. Serial Mom. We're not going to run. We're not scared. No, we're just going to cheer and chant her name. Serial Mom. Serial Mom. Serial Mom. Me, I would have been like, what? But no, I can't lie to you. I was chanting along with them. I was like, Serial Mom. Serial Mom. Serial Mom.
Yep.
Oh my God. I think also one of my favorite scenes is when she confronts the juror at the end in the court house. Yeah. And she's like, "You're wearing white shoes after Labor Day." And then she just starts beating her. And she's like, "But fashion has changed." She's like, "No, it hasn't." And just continues to beat her and beat her and beat her to death. And then at the end of the movie, it's at the point where like her being Serial Mom has attracted like nationwide attention. Like everybody everywhere knows about it. And in the movie, they're talking about making a movie called Serial Mom. And if anyone knows who Suzanne Summers is, in the movie, Suzanne Summers plays herself because she's in talks to play the role of Serial Mom in the movie Serial Mom in the actual movie Serial Mom. I know it's kind of confusing, but just
Very meta. Yeah.
very meta. Just trying to keep up. I'm gonna try and keep it as understanding as possible. Just please try and keep up with me, please. I'm gonna try and not make it too complicated. But then after she beats the juror to death, she goes back and Suzanne Summers is just like Suzanne Summers getting on her nerves, and then she's like, Suzanne Summers, this is my bad side. And then someone finds the juror's body, and then Suzanne Summers looks at her and she's like, because everybody thinks she's innocent, she ain't do it. Suzanne Summers done found out that, oh no, she did do it. She's guilty. She's crazy. And then the end credits. Another thing I loved about this movie was the soundtrack. It had a great soundtrack. One of my favorite songs,
Yep.
Daybreak by Barry Manilow, is played in this movie. It's played during the end credits, during the end credit scene for this movie. And I will not lie to you, when I go to a movie or when I watch a movie, I will watch the end credits if there's a very good song that I can just kind of like jam to. So every time I watch Serial Mom and the end credits play, I will let the whole thing play out just to sing along with the song Daybreak. But then once the song ends, I just kind of click off because I'm like, eh.
Yeah. No, I get you.
That's another thing I like about some movies is some movies just have really good soundtracks, and people are like, oh yeah, that movie's so great. Like I love this person in this movie. I love this scene. It's like I love the soundtrack. It's like Twilight. I love the soundtracks to all those movies. Serial Mom had a great soundtrack. Like I said, Daybreak by Barry Manilow is one of my favorite songs. And it was kind of like, I wouldn't say it was the official theme for Serial Mom, but it played a couple times throughout the movie, and it plays during the end credit scene. And like I said, I'll let that scene just keep on playing as long as Daybreak is playing, and I'll just jam to it, sing along with it. And then once that song's over,
Yeah.
I'll just turn it
No,
off and then find me another movie to watch. Well, I can't remember what plays after Daybreak, but like I said, if it's a song I like or I'm like, this is a good song, like I'll jam to it. Like I'll let the end credits just play. I'll jam to it. But after Daybreak, I'm pretty sure I always usually turn it off and find something else to watch after that.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, if you guys don't know the song Daybreak by Barry Manilow, y'all gotta listen to it. I know it might not be considered like one of the best songs in the world, but it's one of my favorite songs. I love it. It's a good song. Alrighty, well, I pretty much think that's it for my in-depth coverage. I know it might not have been as in-depth as I wanted it to be, but we are doing this kind of late at night. We are probably a little bit tired, and I seem to be drifting off into space and babbling on about the same thing over and over. So, and my buddy here, I know he's tired. I know I'm tired.
No, I was just listening to you because you were just saying a lot of the good stuff about the movie. So I was just listening because I wanted you to get your thoughts out. But yeah.
Yeah, you see, I tried to do an in-depth coverage, but to be honest with you, I probably really couldn't do it, although I could
I
with
mean,
this movie.
yeah.
But I just like talking about the good parts, like the good scenes, my favorite parts about this movie and all that. That's all I can really, go on and on about. Like I could go on and on about the entire movie, but the one thing I really want to highlight and keep talking about and want to make sure that I talk about for the episode is the things that I love the most about this movie. Like I said, like my favorite kill, my favorite scene, um, the soundtrack, and all that. Like I want to talk about the good stuff. Like I can go on and on about this whole movie, but what I really want to go on and on about is the good stuff. What I really loved about this movie.
And that's how it should be.
That's how
But
it always should be. Now for my final thoughts. Really great movie. Soundtrack's great. The casting was great. Everybody played their characters really well. I loved the plot of this movie. I really loved the kills. I loved some of the scenes, and I love, well, I really loved John Waters' take on modern day suburban life back in the 90s. I loved his dark twist, his dark and silly twist on it. Loved it. It was a great idea, great concept. It's a really great movie. And like we've talked about, I would love for there to be a sequel and or a remake. Because I think a remake could happen. A sequel might have to do some work, but we could find something to run for a sequel. Or like how about like we don't even have to do a remake. The sequel can just be like a different serial mom. And then they acknowledge the first one, like, oh yeah, this has happened before. Or actually, better yet, I have the perfect idea for a serial mom 2.
She inspires other serial moms.
Exactly. What if there is someone out there, someone who knows the story of Beverly Sutphin?
So it's just Scream. It's just Scream.
No. No, it's not like Scream at all. Like, listen, okay. Now, oh,
All
sorry,
right.
had a moment. My bad. All right, getting back on track here.
Pause.
Like I said, I talked about them doing a remake. No, what if the remake is the perfect idea for a serial mom 2? Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jennifer Aniston plays a serial mom. Now, it could be like she is related to Beverly Sutphin, or she was inspired by Beverly Sutphin, or she's just like Beverly Sutphin. She's nice, she's kind, she's sweet. You wouldn't suspect her to be a psycho, but on the inside, she's sick, demented, and psychotic.
Yeah.
Me, I would probably go with the like she was Beverly Sutphin inspired her. Like she's a deranged fan of Beverly Sutphin, the original serial mom. That's what I would probably go with. But then there just being another serial mom out there, I think those two would probably be the best ideas for serial mom 2 if they were to make it.
Yeah.
What you think?
All right. And because we're getting to an hour and a half here, what is your score for Serial Mom?
Sir, answer my question.
What was your question?
I said, what would you think would make a great? Okay, sorry. Okay, so I said I think them serial mom 2, that the serial mom in the movie for the second one, either she was inspired by Beverly Sutphin or she's just another person like Beverly Sutphin. She's just another serial mom. I think either of those ideas would be a great plot for serial mom 2. Do you agree with either of those picks, or do you have another idea you think would be perfect for Serial Mom 2?
I agree with the inspired by plot. And if you wanted it to be multiple moms, call it Serial Moms.
Moms, oh my. Serial Moms, oh, it's like 3 of them.
Exactly.
The Serial Moms Club.
But yeah, I think that there could be a lot of ideas for a sequel or a remake, but I
We got to
feel like
pitch this to somebody. We got to get someone to make Serial Mom 2, guys. We got to make this happen.
yes.
All right, my final thoughts. I'm going to try and wrap this up quickly because I know you're tired and want to go to bed. Me too.
It's not that.
Great movie, great cast, great plot. Love the kills, love the soundtrack. Especially, I loved Matthew Lillard in this movie. I loved Kathleen Turner's portrayal of the serial mom, and I especially loved the ending where she kind of, but not so really, um, goes all psycho on Suzanne Summers. Love that scene. Love the whole courtroom scene. Love most of the scenes in this movie. Love the kills. I love that scene where she beats that lady with a turkey leg while Andy plays in the background. Love that's my favorite kill. Love this movie entirely. And now for my score. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It's a perfect movie, guys. It is a perfect movie, the perfect movie. Anyone who wants to make a movie just like this needs to watch Serial Mom and take some notes, because this movie right here could be the inspiration for so many good movies.
I agree.
All right, is there anything else you want to say or talk about before we end this episode?
I don't have much more. You kind of took my thoughts away on everything, so.
Same wavelength.
All right, everybody. That is the first episode of the Horror Country podcast. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you really liked this episode. And next week, or, well, the next episode, sorry, because we're going to do this like bi-weekly, but Reanimator might go up next week just as to have a good opening, a good opening show number. But we are doing H.P. Lovecraft's Reanimator. We are doing that movie, of course, with a brilliant actor, Jeffrey Combs, and of course Barbara Crampton and Bruce Abbott. Amazing movie. But we will be talking about Reanimator for episode 2 of Horror
And
Country.
when is episode 2 releasing?
Uh, it should be in 2 weeks.
2 weeks being
2 weeks after April 24th, which would be. Give me 1 second, sir. Give me 1 second. It gets a little hard with these things. 2 weeks from now would be May the 8th. Yes, May the 8th.
That's
So
right, guys. We're going to go ahead and give you a sneak peek. We're going to tell you what's coming next. Like my lovely co host here has already said, on the very next episode of our show, we're going to be covering, again, one of our personal favorites, H.P. Lovecraft's Reanimator.
Yep. But yeah, we thank you all for watching.
May 8th in 2 weeks. We're going to do our episodes bi-weekly unless we feel like doing an extra episode before our usual date, which we might do that mostly around the holidays.
Like to have holiday one. Yeah.
Yeah, our next episode's going to be Reanimator. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope you guys are looking forward to the next one. Anything else you want to add, man?
All I'll say is see you on May 8th for Reanimator. And after that, we will talk to you all next time.
Alrighty, guys. Hope y'all have a good one. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And remember, stay safe. And, well, I was going to say something, but I don't want to steal it from another channel. I was going to say be good people, but I don't want to steal that from Dead Meat. So I'll just say, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope you guys are looking forward to the next one. Stay safe, be good people, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
We'll see you back in Horror Country next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.